Have you ever been in a conversation in English and you sound a little too serious? Your friend makes a small joke and you just say, thank you, or okay. You want to be fun, you want to show your personality, but you're afraid of saying the wrong thing.
I've been there. I remember I was learning Italian and a new friend at a cafe in Florence teased me gently about how much sugar I was putting in my coffee. I just froze. I didn't know if he was being mean or friendly, so I just stared at him. The moment got really awkward really fast.
Oof, that's the worst feeling.
It is, but today we're going to fix that. We're teaching you 30 plus safe, playful phrases that will help you be fun and build connections in English without the fear of being offensive.
I'm Olivia, and I'm here with my friend and co host, Paul. Welcome to English Together.
All right, Olivia, let's talk about why this is such a tricky topic for English learners. Humor is really difficult.
It's terrifying. You worry your joke will be misunderstood or worse, that you'll offend someone. So most learners just play it safe and stay silent, but then you feel like a robot.
Exactly, and the consequence is that you miss opportunities to connect with people. Playfulness, light jokes, and witty replies are how we build friendships. It shows warmth and personality. Without it, conversations can feel a bit cold.
So how do we teach this without leading our learners into dangerous territory like sarcasm or complicated jokes?
Great question. We've developed a system called the 3 safe zones of English humor. Think of it like a map that shows you exactly where you can be playful without any risk.
The 3 safe zones. I like that. It sounds, well, safe. What are they?
It's simple. Zone 1 is positive playfulness. This is for responding to compliments and good things. It's 100% safe. Zone 2 is gentle joking. This involves lightly teasing people you know well, and we'll give you clear rules for this. And Zone 3 is self-humor. This is about making small jokes about yourself, which is one of the best ways to appear confident and likable.
Okay, that makes so much sense. We're not teaching people how to be stand-up comedians. We're teaching them how to add a little sparkle to their daily conversations.
Precisely. In the next 15 minutes, you'll learn phrases for each of these 3 zones. By the end, you'll have a toolkit of replies that will make you sound more natural, more confident, and more you. Let's start with the safest zone of all.
Zone 1 is all about reacting to positive situations, especially compliments. When someone says, I love your shirt, or you did a great job on that presentation, a simple thank you is fine, but it's a bit boring.
Right. It can kind of end the conversation. What are some better options?
Let's start with a classic. Instead of just thank you can say with a warm, smiling tone, oh, you're too kind.
Ooh, I like that. It's sweet and a little more expressive. Oh, you're too kind. It feels humble, but also appreciative.
Exactly. Here's another one. Let's say your friend says, wow, you speak English so well. Instead of feeling awkward, you can say playfully, why, thank you. I practice sometimes. That little pause and the sometimes at the end makes it a light joke. It shows you're proud, but also don't take yourself too seriously.
That's a great one for learners because they get that compliment a lot. It can feel awkward to just say thank you. What if someone compliments something you have, like a new phone?
You could say, oh, this old thing? This is a very common, classic, and funny response. You say it about something that is clearly new and nice. It's a form of false modesty that everyone understands is a joke. So if you're wearing a beautiful new dress and someone says, I love your dress, you can smile and say, oh, this old thing?
I've heard native speakers say that. It's one of those phrases that can be confusing if you don't know it's a set phrase for a joke. So the key is the tone of voice, right? You have to sound light and cheerful.
Absolutely. Tone is 90% of it. Here are a few more for your toolbox. For a really nice compliment, you can say, you just made my day. Or, stop it, you. Said with a big smile. It means, you're embarrassing me with your nice words, but I like it. Or, I learned from the best. This is a great one to say to a mentor or boss who compliments your work.
These are all fantastic because they continue the positive feeling. They don't just stop the conversation. You're acknowledging the compliment and adding a little bit of your own personality.
And that's the whole point of Zone 1. It's about amplifying positivity. This is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of social intelligence. Confident people know how to accept a compliment gracefully and playfully. Okay, are you ready to move to Zone 2, Olivia? This one requires a little more skill.
I'm ready. This is gentle joking, right? This is the one that I think scares learners the most, the idea of teasing someone. In some cultures, it can be seen as very rude.
That's a crucial cultural insight. In many English-speaking cultures like the US, UK, and Australia, gentle teasing between friends is a sign of affection and closeness. But there are rules. Rule number 1, only tease people you know well and have a friendly relationship with. Never, ever joke about someone's appearance, weight, age, intelligence, or financial situation. But you can tease a friend about the giant cup of coffee they're drinking, the very bright color of their shirt, or a tiny harmless mistake they made.
That makes sense. It's about the situation, not the person. So give us some phrases. Let's say my friend, who is always late, finally arrives. Instead of getting angry, what can I say?
With a warm, smiling tone, you can say, 7. Well, look what the cat dragged in. It's a very old informal idiom that means, look who finally decided to show up. It turns a slightly negative situation into a moment of friendly humor.
I like that. Look what the cat dragged in. What if a friend is wearing a really, really bright yellow jacket?
You could smile and say, wow, I'm going to need sunglasses for that jacket, or that's a very cheerful jacket. Notice you're not saying, your jacket is ugly. You're commenting on the brightness in a funny way. The person knows it's an extreme color, so you're just sharing in the joke.
Okay, I'm getting it. It's about stating the obvious in an exaggerated way. I remember a time when a friend from the UK teased me because I was complaining about the cold weather in London. I was wearing 3 layers. He just looked at me and said, "Bit chilly, are we?" And I got a little offended. I thought he was calling me weak.
That's a perfect example of a cultural misunderstanding. He wasn't calling you weak. He was connecting with you by pointing out the obvious that you were very cold in a funny, understated British way. He probably should have said, "You look ready for an Arctic expedition." That's a bit more obviously a joke. The lesson is, if a friend from an English-speaking country teases you gently, 99% of the time, it's a sign they like you.
That's so helpful to know. It reframes the whole interaction. What are some other phrases for this zone?
Here are a few for reacting to small, harmless problems. Let's say your friend spills a little water on the table. Instead of "no problem," you could say with a laugh, "Nice one." This is slightly sarcastic but friendly. Or "smooth moves." Again, a friendly, sarcastic way to say, "That was clumsy," but you have to be smiling. Or if a coworker's phone rings with a funny ringtone in a quiet office, you could whisper, "I like your taste in music."
It's all about a shared lighthearted moment. You're not laughing at them. You're laughing with them about a small, silly situation.
Exactly. The goal of gentle joking is connection. It says, I see you, I'm comfortable with you, and we can laugh about the little things.
Okay, pause for 1 second. We've just given you over a dozen phrases. But here's the thing. You need to practice saying them out loud, or they won't come naturally in real conversations. Your mouth needs to learn the words.
So right now, we're going to practice a phrase from Zone 1. It's super useful and very safe. Say this phrase with me. Ready? Oh, you're too kind. Go ahead. Say it out loud right now, even if you're just listening with headphones. We'll wait.
Did you do it? If you said it out loud, you're already ahead of 90% of learners. That physical act of speaking is how you build real muscle memory and confidence. Seriously, it works.
All right, on to our third and final zone of safety, self-humor. This, in my opinion, is the most powerful and also the safest form of humor you can use as an English learner.
Why is it so powerful?
Because it shows you don't take yourself too seriously. It makes you relatable and instantly likable. When you make a small mistake and can laugh at yourself, it puts everyone else at ease. It's a huge sign of confidence.
I love that. Laughing at yourself is a sign of confidence, not weakness. So let's say you're in a conversation and you completely forget a simple word. It's so embarrassing.
We've all been there. Instead of panicking and saying, sorry, my English is bad, which is negative, you can use self-humor. You could laugh a little and say, oops, my brain just went on vacation. Or, and the word has left the building. What is it called again? Or, sorry, my English is on a coffee break. See how different that feels? It turns an awkward moment into a funny, charming one.
That's a game changer. You're acknowledging the mistake, but in a way that controls the situation and makes it light. I had a moment like that last week. I was trying to tell a story and I tripped over my words, got completely tangled up. I just stopped and said, "Words are hard today." And everyone laughed with me. It totally saved me.
That is a perfect use of self-humor. Words are hard today. Brilliant. Here are some more situations. Let's say you arrive a few minutes late to a casual meeting with a friend. You can say, sorry I'm late, I was running on tortoise time this morning. Or, fashionably late, as always, only if you're known for this.
Huh, tortoise time. What about if you do something a little clumsy, like dropping your fork in a restaurant?
A classic. Instead of just being embarrassed, you can just shake your head with a smile and say, that was my gravity check for the day. It's still working. Or, and that's my talent for the day. Or, don't mind me, just keeping things exciting.
These are so good because they fill the awkward silence. You make the joke, everyone has a small laugh, and the moment passes. No more cringing.
And never put yourself down for real. The key to self-deprecating humor is that it must be about small, unimportant things. Don't say, I'm so stupid, or I'm a terrible employee. Say, my brain is a bit slow today. It's about being light, not critical.
This is so useful. Having a few of these phrases ready can take so much pressure off of speaking English. You know that if you make a mistake, you have a funny way to recover.
You know, Olivia, we've taught these exact types of phrases to over 50,000 students in our courses. And the number one piece of feedback we get is that using a little bit of self-humor completely changed how they felt about their own mistakes.
That's so true. In our online community, we notice a huge difference. The learners who are willing to laugh at their own small errors are the ones who participate more, ask more questions, and ultimately become fluent faster. They're not afraid to be imperfect, and that's a superpower in language learning.
It really is. So if this feels a little scary, trust the process. Starting with just one phrase from Zone 3 can make a huge difference in your confidence.
All right, that was so much incredible information. Let's do a quick recap of the 3 safe zones of English humor.
Great idea. Zone 1 was positive playfulness. This is your safest bet, used for reacting to compliments and good situations. Instead of just thank you, try, oh, you're too kind. You just made my day. Or, oh, this old thing.
Next was Zone 2, gentle joking. Remember the rules. Only with good friends and only about small, temporary things. Some phrases were, look what the cat dragged in, for a late friend. I'm going to need sunglasses for that, for a bright color. Smooth moves, for a clumsy but harmless action.
And finally, we had Zone 3 self-humor. This is your secret weapon to turn mistakes into charming moments. Try these. Oops, my brain just went on vacation. When you forget a word. That was my gravity check for the day. When you drop something. Words are hard today. When you stumble over a sentence.
This is such a practical toolkit. So what's the homework for our listeners this week?
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to try just one phrase this week. Start with Zone 1 or Zone 3. They are the safest.
Maybe someone gives you a compliment and you try, "You're too kind," or maybe you forget a word and say, "My brain is on a coffee break." Just try one.
I love that. Small steps build big confidence.
All right, we covered so much today, and we're so proud of you for sticking with us and learning how to add more personality to your English.
If this video helped you, please take a second to give it a like right now. It really helps our channel and lets other English learners find this lesson.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to English Together. We post a new practical English lesson just like this one every single week.
Now, here's our question for you. Have you ever had a funny or awkward moment trying to be funny in English? Maybe you tried to translate a joke from your language and it made no sense. Or maybe you took some friendly teasing the wrong way.
I told you about my awkward silence in that Italian cafe, and Olivia shared her story about being teased for wearing too many layers in London. Now it's your turn.
Tell us your story in the comments below. There is no shame. Your story will make other learners feel less alone. And we promise we've all been there. We read every comment we get.
Remember, you don't have to be a comedian. Just a few safe, playful phrases from the 3 safe zones can completely change how you connect with people. You're doing great.
Thanks for learning with us. Until next time, keep practicing.
Bye, everyone.